Welcome back to Rock and Rattle Retreat. If this is your first time, welcome. We are building a house on top of a mountain off-grid. If you've been back before, thanks. And think about subscribing. We're trying to get to 1,000 and your help is definitely needed. So we got to the point of getting drywall. Or actually we say contractors to do the drywall instead of me just doing a few sheets. And of course they brought up the big guns, which means a load of drywall. Yeah, not just me trying to get them off the trailer. So they got a big crane, it's attached to the truck, wireless remote, and we were just praying that they weren't going to put it through the sliding glass windows. Look at that thing just wobbling around out there, getting closer to our windows. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, 150 odd sheets of 4x12 drywall and 3 guys delivering the drywall. So we got the one out there that was operating the crane, and you got 2 inside, pull it off the crane and put it on a little trolley and then distribute it throughout the house. Yeah, right through the sliding glass door. They've done this before, luckily. Okay, so drywall being delivered, and here's the other side. Now you see those little pieces on top? It keeps the drywall separated from one batch to the next, so the crane can actually pick up a section. Well, we don't actually want that in the house or scattered on the driveway. So they do something interesting. Watch this. Pick up that whole section of drywall. Like I say, these are 12-foot long pieces. So they don't have to go chasing after all of them. They just dump them on the truck bed. I wonder how many times they can spin that around without it falling off. Yeah, a lot of drywall coming in. I think he was trying to shake it to one end. That didn't work too good, I don't think. But there we have drywall coming into the house. And there's a pallet of mud sitting there too. It all gets delivered. And of course, some of it's running up into the loft. 32 sheets. We got 2 guys up there and 1 guy down here feeding them. I believe he's throwing 1 sheet up at a time. And there we got them all delivered, all that mud delivered off that pallet. Yeah. They also got adhesive and tape and the beading corners. So I think we got way too much of everything. And there is the house without drywall, except for that little stuff that we did to get insulation up. And new crew, and here they go. No, we're not going to show you everything. But let me point out to you the drywall on the floor in the bottom of the screen is 4x10, which is what we bought and brought in. I seem to use that first because, well, we got 10-foot ceilings. It's easy to just put them up on the walls down here at least. So yeah, at least that all got used up. They're cutting, they're hanging, putting all kinds of screws in. It's amazing. And then they're using the scaffolding, just hanging off of it, putting screws in. Okay, after they hung the drywall, it's now a bit different.
Oh my God, there's an actual hallway.
So, can't go through the walls. They left a can. We now have actual doors to get to go through.
Real doorways.
Now they left a little table. They put their rechargers on that.
Oh, out of wallboard.
Yep. And they left
A lot.
a big pile of drywall. 4x12s. Where did that come from?
Don't know.
I don't know either. But
That is the thermal.
they did
Yeah, thermal.
all the walls. The front of the loft. All the way up. It's still not finished yet, because we still have all of the joint compound and who knows what else. Mud and tape. There's Muffin.
She's looking at the walls.
No, she found a piece of something.
Yeah, no, you don't get to eat that.
This is where the kitchen's going. So there's a wall there, and they left that a little proud on that side.
Yeah.
They didn't cut down our stuff that we put in.
They didn't or they did?
No, they didn't. So have a whole back wall now. You can't walk through the walls anymore.
Nope.
Makes it a little darker in here.
Yeah, this is the bathroom. Just need to put a lot of lights in.
Yeah. This is the only post they've wrapped.
Yeah. Because everything else is either doorways or we're going to do it.
Uh-oh. Where the heck is the trolley?
Well, that's...
Maybe it's in the package still.
Yeah.
The mudroom, the pantry, access for the shower,
Okay, pantry.
walled in. See, we did the outside of the garage and they didn't cut this. Maybe the finishers will cut it. Or we'll just have to get a... They left... They put drywall adhesive on.
Okay.
So that's here and there. Muffin, are you eating drywall? And there's where the boo-boo was that the SIPS guys gave us.
And it looks really good. They
Drywalled over it. I don't know. Can't reach up there and see what's loose or not. And then we still have a lot of screws on the floor.
Yeah.
And a lot of drywall to get rid of. And there's 2 sheets of drywall up here. Yep. So there's the loft area covered in drywall. Half bath done up. You can now get flooring stuff, put in floorings in here. A lot of dust everywhere. And now we got drywall in. We can start milling up stair treads.
Okay, yeah, there's no railing.
So we'll have stairs eventually. This is not perfectly straight either. Oh well. Let's go see what the front looks like. Muffin! And that's what we got, guys. Drywall's in. Did the entire thing. One day. And now they're taping, which is a different day, taping and mudding the joints. Well, basically taping with mud on the joints. It took them about half a day to get all of the seams taped. Just 2 guys. And they're not doing anything except really taping the seams. So one guy's around with that tape machine and it's got mud in it. The next guy's flattening out the actual seams there. Now the original guys did miss a outlet there in that wall. I told them about that. They cut out the outlet and put it back together, and there they go. So we got our outlet in, and they are just taping away. Now the guy in the red shirt is the head of the crew or the service, I don't know what you want to call. And now we have behind scaffolding, taping away. So it's kind of strange how things work. We got one guy came in and measured and gave us the estimate, which I believe is the main person. And then the crews have a person that's, you know, the head of them. But I didn't see the other guy until money was needed. So we got the estimate. We gave money for the supplies show up. And then didn't see him until we did the final payment. But in the meantime, these guys show up and do their jobs. Perfect. And try not to get killed. You drop off that scaffolding, it's going to hurt. And a lot of seams being taped. Now he can't actually reach those upper seams from there, can he? So the lift comes in handy. He's up on the lift. And this is basically what they did when they hung it. They do everything they could from the scaffolding, and then just that upper portion was done with the lift. And And let me tell you, it kind of wobbles up there when you're standing. So far I haven't gotten anything to tip on it, but gives a little bit of uneasiness sometimes when it wobbles and creaks and groans. Okay, people, we got drywall. This is basically after the finishers came in. The sanders. So it should be all finished, but we haven't gotten rid of all the dust from sanding. And I'm not going to open this all the way and get in. So we got bugs still. This all nice and sanded, though it's all dusty. Then we did this entire garage face that goes into the house, which has all got rock wool insulation behind it, into the hallway. Can't see through the walls anymore, definitely. This is what we call the closet, basically a storage area. We don't know. We had to call it something. This will be the bedroom. The hallway's back there. Got a slider going out to a deck at some point in time. This is all really dusty. And we'll take her through the back. So back in the closet, into the laundry area. And then the bathroom. Light switch, light switch. The only beam they encased was this one. Back to the bathroom. Shower, we can take that stuff out and work on the shower some more now. So the back wall of the shower, this is the pantry on that side, is done. They've drywalled up to the shower area. Yeah, well, we're going to have to do something here and there. Maybe just a little fill in some of these. All right, after a couple coats of paint, probably can't see most of this stuff. Into the rest of the bathroom. Toilet, vanity, sink. And then into the mudroom, out to the garage, pantry. So this is our access panel for the shower. In case something happens with the shower, we can just take this off. It'll get a little trim on here and paint it over. Besides, there'll be probably a freezer sitting here. A chest freezer there. It might be the freezer there. I don't know. We'll have to see what it all looks like at the end. Well, they didn't do a very good job there. That needs to be sanded down a little bit. So they got done at 7 last night. See, there's another piece that didn't get sanded, and yet another piece. So not a perfect job on sanding. We're changing that light. That'll be in the pantry, but this is the mudroom, the garage. Got the wall done for the garage. That's the thermostat for the garage. This has also got rock wool in here. So that's all insulated. We got a door that goes in there, which is over there. And the truck is just dusty. Everything's dusty. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Bad dust. Okay, mudroom into, that's the basement. It only goes down to there on drywall. So, yeah, I'm not. For the amount of money we paid, it's probably good. We did not break the bank on this drywall. Refrigerator and stuff go back here. That's the TV area over there. We are in the kitchen. In the great room. Still have to do all the lights. The stairs. And then we have, let's see if we can go up the stairs. I have to clean the stairs off. They just made a muck of it. Oh, see, there's still more little nibs that they didn't get. And then holes that weren't filled properly. And 2 more sheets of drywall that were left, and it looks like I got drips of mud on it. So they got all this done. I didn't have to climb up the wall to get to it. That's the main thing. All the walls in here, all the way up. I didn't have to crawl up there and put drywall up there. And we have the bathroom up here. Needs some major finishing. We got to do a paint and flooring. And that's where we're at. And then that wall, it's going to be a lot of tile for the back of this wood stove. Okay, which we're going to need the scaffolding for, of course. It seems that there's a lot of these little nibs here, little pieces of drywall mud. Yeah, they came in and sanded all the joints and everything, but they left some of these little pieces on the drywall, like that. And we just need to get them kind of plain sanded down. Doesn't take much, but they didn't get them. At least not all of them. You can see how many screws they put in that one. And the next one up here, they put them along the edges definitely, but in the center, there's one there, there's one there. Nothing up in that quadrant, nothing in this quadrant. There's 1, 2, 3 there. So, but they also put glue behind it. So, and there's another. A little bit of stuff in there. So let's see how much stuff we pick up. This is these were push broom, push sweeper, what do you want to call it? It sweeps up everything on the floor, the two outside round things turn and move everything from the outside to the inside, and there's a sweeper broom on the inside, and there's a container, supposed to be about 5 gallons, that it'll hold. As you can see all that dust coming up along the edges. Yeah, dust. From after sanding all this stuff, and yeah. So I went around several times on the floor hitting this thing, and there we go. Add a little extra air to the room because we're going to get a lot of dust coming up. Yeah, dusty. Drywall is dusty. A lot of sanding, a lot of dust. The guys who were doing the sanding came in and put masks on and sanded away. We were not sticking around for that. Yeah, we've got things on the floor we haven't moved. But after several go-arounds of the whole room, the wife sweeping out the corners, this does not go in the corners very well. It'll get a lot of the edges there.
Another screw.
Sweep stuff away from the edges. A lot of dust. A lot more stuff in there. A lot more in there. Also did that in the loft. And we just keep going around and around with it. And also we took a squeegee and put some microfiber towels attached to it. Kind of tied them down on there and trying to dust off the walls, because there's a lot of dust left on the walls also. So get the dust into the microfiber, tap it out a little bit, but it's just running it off the walls. Get the dust off the walls before we ever start painting. And you know, gotta get it somewhat out of the air, out of the walls, out of the air. You can't get out of the air until you get it all off the walls. And part of that was using a leaf blower. Here I am up in the half bath in the loft, trying to get some of the dust out. Use a leaf blower, blow up the dust, look at the dust kind of leaving the window there, and then really forcing it out with the blower. Trying to get as much dust out of the house as possible. Yeah, leaf blower went for a while. Yeah, dust everywhere. So that's all we got for you this time. We do have drywall up. You can't see through the walls. Need to start painting and everything else in here. We're getting closer. Thanks for watching. Come back, subscribe, keep track of us, and we will catch you later. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000. See you later.